We all know we've been sold that, oh no, contraception, look, it is safe, it is reliable, it is scientific, it's modern, it's convenient, it'll provide you sexual freedom, liberation, control over your bodies, it'll decrease the rates of abortion, of pregnancy, of HIV. It was like this be-all, end-all of the solution. But honestly, let's be real, what is old-fashioned is contraception. I mean, we have historical evidence from 1850 BC of Egyptian papyrus, where they encouraged women to insert into their bodies crocodile dung as a form of contraceptive. In the Middle Ages, they were developing superstitious ways to ward off pregnancies. In the Middle Ages, they would actually have the woman wear around her neck an amulet that would contain things such as the liver of a cat or the earwax of a mule inside the amulet to ward off pregnancy. Now, honestly, it actually might work, because a lot of guys don't like cats to begin with. And if you're wearing cat liver, deal breaker, like no fireworks there. But beyond the amulets, I mean, they would have women swallow potions of sterility, potions that contain things like lead, mercury, arsenic, and strychnine. And we think, oh my goodness, how barbaric. Well, look at the 1930s. Women's magazines from the 1930s recommended that women use athlete's foot medicine and Lysol as a contraceptive. And then we think, oh, well, but then we got to the 50s and now we got the pill. And now we're so advanced for women's health. And as many of you know, the female birth control pill was invented at the same time as the male birth control pill. But because of the side effects of the male pill, the guys were like, hey, we ain't touching that. And they said, okay, well, we'll test on the women. Well, 3 of them died. Well, adjust the dosage and keep doing the studies. In fact, I knew of one couple, they were contracepting for years, and they had a big change in their life, and they decided, no, we're going to try this natural family planning thing. And they learned it together, and one day they're charting, and the husband is like, well, that doesn't look right. You know, that thing in the chart where it's supposed to be this, and you're over there. And said, let's talk to the NFP teacher. And they did, and she said, yeah, you probably want to talk to the doctor about that. So they went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, yes, you're right, your husband's right. He did catch that. That shouldn't be like that. I think something may be off with the thyroid. We need to send you the thyroid specialist immediately, which they did, found out she had a cancerous tumor on her thyroid. They operated the next day and saved the woman's life. But if she didn't have that chart, they wouldn't even have their mother today. I read one woman, she and her husband switched from contraception to NFP, and she said, I now know the true meaning of the word intimate. But when was the last time you ever heard someone say that with a contraceptive method? Well, now that we've switched from NuvaRing to this or whatever, now we know intimacy. The enthusiasm has never been there. Why? It's because no woman wants to contracept. No woman on earth wants to contracept. She might want to have intercourse without having babies, but she has never wanted to be at war with her own physiology in order to accomplish that. And that's what natural womanhood offers us. Contraception, granted, yeah, it is more convenient. It really is. But convenience is not our highest value. It isn't. So what the beauty with natural womanhood is that it's beautiful. What it taught me is that my wife's body is perfect. She doesn't need drugs, she doesn't need pills, she doesn't need shots, she doesn't need implants, she doesn't need barriers. You know what she needs is to be understood. Because if we can understand her fertility, then instead of suppressing it with chemicals to conform to our desires, we conform our desires to the way her body has already perfectly been made. And this, my friends, is true sexual liberation.